Welcome to the Tea Huddle with Marissa and Kelly.
Your only source for gridiron gossip. If you're actively planning your Super Bowl party,
or if you can't wait for this year's Teacup Awards,
then clearly you found the podcast for you.
Because there's nowhere else to find
the Teacup
Awards.
We're excited to share those.
Yes, the big event of the week is not only the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Also, here on the Tea Huddle this week, we have our second annual Teacup Awards, our very own award ceremony where we hand out teacups. It's so cute. For all of the things that deserve awards from this year. I'm not going to give away the categories just yet. I'm not going to give away all the categories.
Yeah, we had to get involved in this award season, and no better place than on the Tea Huddle.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But before, this was not a regular football week, but there was some football being played. So Kelly, give us a rundown of the on-field antics from this past week.
This past week was the Pro Bowl, so everyone had a little bit of a break from competitive football and got to relax and see your favorite players play with your not-so-favorite players.
And have fun. They all looked like they were having fun, which I
It was
love.
definitely not a serious event.
No.
But we had fun watching. Mm-hmm. And if you didn't watch, I have a few highlights of the fun these boys had. So first off, the NFC won the Pro Bowl. This is the third time in a row that the NFC beat the AFC.
Is this an omen for something else that's about
I
to
hope
be a
so.
third time? No, I mean another three-peat. That this is a three-peat. And
I was thinking that the NFC is going to beat the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe that. I was thinking that.
But it could be an omen for a three-peat
for the Chiefs.
For the Chiefs.
Whichever way it goes, we can say it was an omen because either the NFC wins or it's the Chiefs three-peat. Either way, we called it.
Right. It's an omen. Another highlight from the Pro Bowl was your guy, Marissa, Jared Goff, won MVP of the Pro Bowl. How fun.
Let's hope that's an omen for more winning for the Lions in the year to come.
I hope so, for your sake.
Thank you.
But yeah, the Pro Bowl is kind of funny. We saw players play different positions than they usually play. We saw the Seattle wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba. He played quarterback for a hot minute. Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs played cornerback, and he crushed it as cornerback.
It looks like recess when they're playing.
They're
so casual. They have like hats and sunglasses. They're just like playing games with their friends, like at recess.
They're literally playing dodgeball out there. Relay races. Yeah, it's recess.
Yeah.
But they had fun, and we had fun watching. And now looking forward to a Super Bowl this weekend. So as you mentioned, the Chiefs are going for a three-peat, 3 Super Bowl wins in a row, which no team has done before.
No team has ever done it.
The Patriots were very close, but interestingly enough, the Eagles stopped that three-peat. So Can they stop this three-peat?
Is that their superpower?
I didn't like it when it happened to the Patriots, but I'm ready for it now. We can't give that to the Chiefs.
No, I guess if it comes down to it, I'm rooting for the Eagles.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
But other than the Pro Bowl, a few other big things happened this week. One of them, it's almost as if Saquon Barkley was listening to last week's episode of the Tea Huddle.
I think he definitely was.
And he wanted to shut down our final goss from last week, where we talked about the fact that perhaps he has not always been faithful to his girlfriend, Anna Congdon, because he announced in People magazine this week that that's not his girlfriend. They're engaged. That's his fiance. So it wasn't.
I'm happy to hear that.
I am too. And maybe it means that whatever troubles were in their past have been, put behind them. It's interesting because it's not like he was announcing that they just got engaged. He was having an exclusive interview with People magazine to promote his upcoming advertisement at the Super Bowl for Flips chocolate covered pretzels.
Delicious.
And in the article, he referred to her as his fiance. So that was the headline, but that is not what the article was meant to be about. They did mention Flips like 17 times. So Flips marketing is, I'm sure, ecstatic that is the moment he chose to reveal. But just a refresher, they met when they were both students at Penn State. the article says they've been dating since 2017. These pictures where he's getting close with Kylie Jenner's friend Stassi said that they were dating in 2017. Have they been dating since 2017? I'm not so sure.
It's a long time.
They welcomed 2 children in 2018 and 2022. And he did say in the interview that he can't be an athlete. He said, "I can't be the athlete I am and have the success I have in my career without the help of her." So that's nice.
Yeah, I'm rooting for them. I think they're a really cute couple, and I'm happy that he made her a fiance finally.
And hopefully a ring on the finger
Clears up any bad behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Speaking of bad behavior, that transition walked right in.
Never could we ever have expected that the NFL could be involved in a Catholic church abuse scandal.
Sounds like Mad Libs.
We need separation of church and football.
Field, yeah.
Church and field. Yeah, really crazy news. This week, emails were leaked that highlight the New Orleans Saints' involvement in a sexual abuse scandal with the Archdiocese of New Orleans.
Like what?
So some shady shit happening. But apparently the Saints offered the Archdiocese public relations help during this child abuse scandal that happened with the Catholic Church, as has happened in many cities around the world, unfortunately. Apparently the Saints owner, Gail Benson, she's a devout Catholic and good friends with the Archbishop of New Orleans. So once this scandal came about, she offered the Saints PR team to help handle the fallout of this archdiocese in New Orleans. And she admitted that they helped the church because they wanted to release all of the clergy people's names and who was involved in the scandal to get to the truth for the public. But text emails were leaked just recently showing that there may have been more involvement by the New Orleans Saints than was previously described. Leaked emails between the Saints and the New Orleans district attorney talk about taking certain people off the list. So they released a list of all of the clergy people who were involved in this scandal. And the emails are hinting that maybe there were some people left off the list.
So it's a list of men in the church who were I read something that it was credibly accused.
Yeah, like they've actually gone to trial, some of these people, and have been arrested.
Sexually assaulting minors. And the Saints front office had the ability to remove people from this list before it got public.
Allegedly.
That's bananas.
Yeah, and apparently the list that was released was missing, I think, 20 names from what the final list is. So those people were left off the list that was prepared by the Saints.
And the finalist was something like 57 people, which means that the full list is almost 80 people.
It's horrifying.
And
why is a football team getting involved in this?
And using their resources, their money, their expertise to cover up a pedophilia ring. Yeah,
they want to use their PR team to help this archdiocese recover from the fallout,
so this happened, I think, around 2018.
The initial scandal. Yeah. The texts the emails were just leaked recently.
I wonder if the people, like the PR associates who are like, oh my God, my dream's coming true. I'm going to work for a football team. How cool. We're going to talk about
you're now representing the Catholic Church.
And hiding, like covering up for these men who assaulted minors.
Apparently the NFL didn't initially investigate back in 2018. But now that there is new evidence, we'll see if anything comes from it.
Yeah. Now that it's gotten national attention, I feel like they have to.
Hopefully.
So we'll keep you posted on that. One more terrible story while we're going at it. Justin Tucker, what we thought was our favorite opera singing kicker, it was revealed last Thursday in an article by the Baltimore Banner he's been accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 6 massage therapists. And then since the story came out last Thursday, the number is now up to 9 women.
So additional people are speaking out.
Yes, once they're seeing that I'm not the only person that this happened to. This story might sound familiar because Deshaun Watson, our least favorite person in the entire NFL,
Very
also
similar.
has a pattern of assaulting massage therapists. The behaviors he is being accused of include exposing his genitals, brushing 2 of the massage therapists with his exposed penis, leaving what they believe to be ejaculate on the massage table after at least 3 of his treatments. Several of the therapists say that his behavior was so egregious they ended his sessions early or refused to work with him again. And at 2 of the spas where this happened, management said that they have banned him from returning. So important to note that immediately, same day that this article came out, he posted an Instagram story or an Instagram post blatantly denying these allegations, just like so straightforward and flat out denial that I was almost like, what a bold thing to say. I've never been. So he said, I have never received any complaints from a massage therapist, have never been dismissed from a massage therapy or bodywork session, and have never been told I was not welcome at any spa or other place of business. And I was, for a second, I was like, wait, is he... But then the fact that 3 more women came out.
9 people.
9 people. There are tweets that go back to 2021 where these have been rumors around Baltimore this whole time.
He didn't deny the allegations there. He just said they didn't tell him he couldn't come back.
Yeah,
but
true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's just a lying piece of shit. So Justin Tucker, you're on our list of enemies. And what's the owner of the Saints name?
We're adding our first female to the list, Gail Benson.
Gail Benson, you're on our list too. You both
Ending the
are
season
terrible.
with 2 additions.
Yeah, wow. I think she's our number 20.
Oh, we knew it would be
Round-
somebody, meant somebody bad.
Yeah, so a little bit of it, downer. It's 2 downer stories in a row, but we'll keep you all posted and we are going to lighten the mood.
So you all know we've been keeping a list of enemies, but we also have a list of all sorts of football superlatives to share with you. So ladies and gentlemen, we hope you are ready to celebrate all of your favorite players and moments of this season.
There have been love stories, scandals, fashion, and even some heartwarming moments.
And there's also been some football, of course. Welcome to the 2nd annual Teacup Awards. But before we get going, shout out to everyone who participated in our Instagram polls. We loved reading your submissions and took them into consideration for these awards.
It was so fun hearing what everybody had to say. And
We agree with
confirming
all
that
of them, really.
we're all on the same page together. Okay, Kelly, kick us off with our first category.
There's a lot of glory to be had in the NFL, but with that is a lot of opportunity to be embarrassed. Here are the nominees for most embarrassing moment.
Josh Myers vomits on the football. James Houston seemingly pooping his pants during a game. Caleb Williams texting punter, "You're not going to punt too much here." Shannon Sharp, IG Live sex fiasco. John Mara, "I'm going to have trouble sleeping if we trade Saquon."
And the teacup goes to Shannon Sharp, IG Live sex fiasco.
It was a fiasco.
Embarrassing.
Football isn't all just tackles and touchdowns. Here are the nominees for most heartwarming moment.
Jeremy Reeves, post-win proposal to longtime girlfriend. Myles Garrett, telling Ravens rookie that he's not a nobody. Trey McBride, FaceTiming and sending jersey to young fan with same-sex parents. Josh Allen, proposal to Haley Steinfeld and subsequent gushing press conference. Deshaun Watson, tears his Achilles for the 2nd time.
We love to hate him. And the teacup goes to Trey McBride, FaceTiming and sending jersey to young fan with same-sex parents. We haven't talked about it much, but Trey McBride is the first NFL player. He has 2 moms, so first NFL player with openly with 2 same-sex parents. And he connected with a young fan who has 2 dads. And he FaceTimed him and was like, I'm here if you need anything. I'm your big brother now. We're in this together. And everybody's crying. The dads are crying.
It was the sweetest video.
So sweet.
He's like, I think I have a big brother now.
So
very cute. Winner. Last year, we awarded the cutest quarterback, aka the sweetest boy. But this year, we've grown up a little bit. So here are the nominees for sexiest quarterback:
Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts, Jimmy Garoppolo, Justin Herbert.
And the teacup goes to, obviously, Jalen Hurts. It's a DNA thing.
Other shows might celebrate the best plays, but here we like to keep a close eye on the worst and most boneheaded. Here are the nominees for biggest turkey, aka bonehead play.
Tyreek Stevenson, celebrating and then losing to a Hail Mary.
Bonehead.
Mark Andrews, divisional championship ball drop in end zone. Anthony Richardson, taps out because he's tired. Aaron Rodgers, missing training camp for an ayahuasca retreat.
And the teacup goes to Anthony Richardson, taps out because he's tired.
That's how you lose your job, people.
Benched.
One thing we know way too much about is Aaron Rodgers' relationship with ayahuasca. Here are the nominees for most likely to go on an ayahuasca trip with Aaron Rodgers:
Devontae Adams, Mac Hollins, Jared Goff, AJ Brown.
And the teacup goes to Jared Goff.
Did you see the video where he says, I'm really interested in that medicine? Did he say medicine in the thing?
Hope
Anyway.
it doesn't impact his playing.
Definitely. Sometimes this game gets a little heated, and so do the players. Here are the nominees for biggest tantrum.
Chris Boyd shoves his coach. Tyreek Hill quits in the middle of the game. Brandon Ayuk takes off wrong colored shorts during practice. Devondre Campbell refuses to play and exits the field in the middle of the game.
And the teacup goes to Chris Boyd shoves his coach. Can't be shoving your coach.
Love was in the air this season. Here are the nominees for Best Couple:
Travis and Taylor, Josh and Haley, Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend, Alex Earl and Braxton Berrios, Jared Goff and Kristen Harper.
And the teacup goes to Josh and Haley. Congratulations to them.
We really had to. They're America's current sweethearts. They're engaged.
They had a big year.
Yeah. Love them. These boys spend a lot of time getting interviewed, but it doesn't always go so well. Here are the nominees for Best Mic'd Up Moment.
Joe Flacco reveals he's the same age as his teammate Anthony Richardson's mom. Trayvon Diggs tells reporter to talk about D's nuts. Najee Harris says he didn't feel well from teammates' girlfriend's fire little banana thing at Thanksgiving. Jamar Chase, reaction to reporter's question about baby oil. Lamar Jackson, my mama cussed me out.
And the teacup goes to Trayvon Diggs, tells reporter to talk about D's nuts.
He even had to apologize for that one.
Yeah. He brought him nuts as a peace offering.
Last year, this was a robust category. While we're thrilled to announce there were fewer NFL arrests in this season than last, unfortunately, that also means there are fewer funny arrests. Here are the nominees for funniest arrest.
Rashee Rice's mom stealing Chapel Roan album from neighbor's front door.
The teacup goes to Rasheed Rice's mom stealing Chapel Roan album from neighbor's front door. This was crazy.
And she didn't know what she was stealing, but it's so funny that it was a Chapel Roan
She knows
album.
now.
Well, now
if she watched the Grammys.
Yeah,
She
definitely.
could sell that for a lot of money.
And last year, we're not encouraging arrests, obviously, but there were so many funny ones. Somebody was like
Threw a
speeding home
brick.
from through a brick. Yeah, threw a brick through somebody who's parking in his driveways.
It was funny at the time.
Windshield. Yeah. This year, there were some arrests and they were not funny. This one's funny.
Entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Honorable mention to Tyreek Hill getting pulled over on the way to his own game.
That wasn't funny, but it was funny when he celebrated in the end zone
Exactly.
with his
Arrest Selly.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be a hero in the NFL, but that leaves plenty of room for a good villain. Here are the nominees for biggest villain.
NFL referees: Harrison Butker, Aziz Al-Shahir, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Isaiah Buggs. If we remember, he was arrested a total of 4 times during the offseason.
That's way too many times. And the teacup goes to Aziz Al-Shahir. He sort of asked for this one. He was like, I'll be your villain. So
Here you are.
yeah, your wish is granted.
Players don't always get to show their creativity, but a unique celebration is a perfect opportunity. Here are the nominees for Best Selly.
Parent Trap Handshake, Cam Bynum and the Vikings defense. Ray Gun Dance, Cam Bynum and the Vikings defense. White Chicks Dance, Cam Bynum and the Vikings defense. High School Musical, Cam Bynum and the Vikings defense. Camp Rock, Cam Bynum and the Vikings defense.
How do you compete with them?
Like, they're the whole category. There's no one else to include.
The teacup goes to the Parent Trap Handshake, Cam Bynum and the Vikings defense. Yeah, this was a close call because all of these were so good, but the people have spoken and the Parent Trap is the clear winner.
I was going to sort of vote for White Chicks. That one I think was the most involved, the most choreography, but
Maybe a little more obscure.
Yes, but we asked on our Instagram at the Tea Huddle. This is our winner.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your submissions.
Mm-hmm. Last year, we highlighted the most tight-endiest tight end. This year, we are awarding the most wide receivery wide receiver. And the nominees for biggest wide receiver energy are
Malik Neighbors goes to the club while on concussion protocol. Tyreek Hill, general off-field behavior. Stephon Diggs, general off-field behavior. Ricky Pearsall plays 50 days after being shot in the chest.
all very wide receiver energy. And the teacup goes to Malik Neighbors, goes to the club while on concussion protocol. This was a tough category.
These wide receivers keep us on our toes.
Definitely.
Who doesn't love a good butt? Here are the nominees for tightest end.
Oh, right. Sorry. I got distracted by the butts. Russell Wilson, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Nick Bosa.
And the teacup goes to Derrick Henry. Mostly because we got to see it in its glory on national television.
Yep, during the play, pants came right down. How could we not award that? Excuse me, NFL, more of that, please.
More butts.
You can't have a competition without some rivals. Here are the nominees for beefiest beef.
Jabril Peppers versus Juju Smith-Schuster. Banner planes flying over MetLife versus John Mara and the Giants. Cowboys players versus the Sun. Daniel Jones versus LASIK eye surgery. Christian McCaffrey and Olivia Culpo versus people who didn't like her wedding dress.
Another tough category. And the teacup goes to Daniel Jones versus LASIK eye surgery. Gotta give it to when one of the people in the beef is just a surgical procedure in general.
Gotta give it to LASIK there.
Yeah. They were
won the
looking,
beef.
They were looking for beef. They're keyboard warriors over there at LASIK eye surgery.
Some players go all out on their style and swagger. Here are the nominees for Best Drip.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Mac Hollins, Caleb Williams, Travis Kelce.
And the teacup goes to Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. This is Jeremiah's second nomination and second win in this category.
Our first repeater. Credit where credit's due.
Two-peat.
Yeah, exactly. We did not think this would be a category to repeat from last year, but once again, against all odds, here are the nominees for most likely to get punked by a bunch of teenagers.
Caleb Williams.
And the teacup goes to Caleb Williams. The exact same kind of punk. Again, a FaceTime punk by a group. It was really very similar. Was it the same teens? Do we know yet?
How do these teens find these phone numbers? Yeah. Everyone should listen back to that episode if you want a good laugh.
Yeah, definitely.
Typically, awards are reserved for people who are the best at their jobs. Here are the nominees for worst at their job.
Bengals defense, ruining Joe Burrow's season. Joe Shane, letting go of Saquon Barkley. Detroit police force, failing to arrest Jamison Williams or seize his unregistered gun because they were fans. One pride. Baker Mayfield's investor father, stealing $12 million of Baker's money that was meant to be invested. Aaron Rodgers' general quarterback abilities, or inabilities, we should say. Jerry Jones sabotaging his own team.
And the teacup goes to Joe Shane, letting go of Saquon Barkley. We all had to watch it happen too on
over and over and
on
over
TV.
and over again. That one's going to haunt him. He's going to have trouble sleeping at night.
His son warned him.
Yeah. His kids did. They would be great. They wanted JJ McCarthy.
Jaden Daniels is what the son wanted.
Oh, that was it. Okay. Yeah. Right.
And the daughter wanted JJ.
I can't wait for next season to get to see what JJ McCarthy has to offer.
I forgot all about him.
Yeah. Anyway, the Tea Huddle wouldn't exist without the women of the NFL. Here are the nominees for favorite WAG.
Taylor Swift. Brittany with an I.
If you know, you know.
Kristen Juszczyk. Alex Earl. Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend. Claire Kittle. Haley Steinfeld.
And the teacup goes to, since she's coming off another award show just this past weekend without any wins, we're going to have to give this one to our girl, Taylor Swift.
This was also a hard one because we love all these women.
Love them.
Most of them.
And it maybe sounds like we've been tiring of Taylor as a WAG, but it's just tiring of the Chiefs. And she's collateral damage. We love Taylor. We love their love. We love her loving her WAG life. And she's our winner.
She's the winner. Yeah. But shout out to all the women.
Yeah.
Who keep
all
us
of them.
keep us entertained.
Definitely.
And now for our biggest award of the night. The moment we've all been waiting for.
So exciting.
Here are the nominees for most entertaining scandal.
Fox Sports, sexual misconduct fiasco. Olivia Ponton, working for Joe Burrow while his house gets robbed. Earl Thomas, caught by his wife having group sex with his brother. Trent Williams, having a wife and public girlfriend. Jamar Chase, baby mama wants $57,000 a month in child support, including $5,000 for entertainment, gifts, and vacations.
Lavish.
Hassan Reddick hires goons.
And the teacup goes to Earl Thomas, caught by his wife having group sex with his brother.
we considered not going with this one because he's a former player, but when we really sat and thought about which scandal entertained us the most, we had to look no further than Earl Thomas getting caught by his wife having group sex with his brother. To be clear, we don't know that he and his brother were, engaged in any acts, but they were in the
Together.
same room. Yeah, and that's closer than anyone needs to be.
But lots of scandals this year.
Yeah. And there you have it, everyone.
All the stars look so good on the red carpet.
Congrats to all the nominees tonight. You're all winners to us.
And congrats to the actual winners. We can't wait to see what next season has in store.
Yeah. I hope there's going to be a whole new set of scandals.
A whole new set of wags, maybe.
Wow. Maybe another famous wag. We're due. We're due for a new famous wag. Last year we had like the tease of Kim Kardashian as maybe a wag. Like
she was in
let's
there.
get Sabrina Carpenter single. Let's get her dating an NFL player.
There also are some bachelors of the league, so
Yes.
we'll see.
Definitely.
Jaden Daniels.
Not if his mom has anything to say about it.
But we're not done yet. That brings us to our final goss.
Final Goss.
What do you have for us, Marissa?
This week's goss is about our newly crowned favorite wag, Taylor Swift. There is so much speculation. Is a Travis Kelce proposal coming at the Super Bowl? In fact, there's so much speculation that FanDuel and other sports sites are offering it as a prop bet with odds of plus 750 that he will propose and minus 1,500 odds that he won't.
All right.
A recent survey says that 17% of people think he will, with an additional 24.1% saying he will only if the Chiefs win.
I mean, that'd be pretty sad if he did with the Chiefs loss.
He's like crying in like green confetti and he gets down on the floor.
She won't marry a loser.
I actually think it would be good for their relationship to go through a little bit of adversity. Like she has to comfort him after a big loss. Anyway, but these rumors are swirling so much that in the press leading up to the Super Bowl, Travis Kelce himself was asked about it. Will there be an engagement? And his response was, wouldn't you like to know? I would love to know. My theory is that they're 100. My odds are plus 1,000, whatever, 1,000,000. He will not. I think they've graced us with some public moments in their relationship. Something as intimate as requesting that she spend the rest of her life with him as his wife. That's going to be a private moment between the two of them.
I don't think she would appreciate that kind of proposal.
And I think after almost 2 years, he knows her well enough to know what she would and would not like.
I mean, we would appreciate it, but if this is a real proposal, no.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was so sad that he couldn't be with her at the Grammys this weekend, but she was repping her man head to toe. She was in Chiefs red. And then the most scandalous part of the outfit, did you see this? Under her dress, like peeking out above her thigh, was a
Little
T
T.
chain, apparently designed by Lorraine Schwartz. And in her song Guilty as Sin, she's talking about a hot and heavy relationship. And she says, what if he's written mine on my upper thigh only in my mind? And so he's claimed her by writing on her upper thigh, and she had the T on her upper thigh.
She's good.
And then in her song Call It What You Want, she says, I want to wear his initial on a chain around my neck. She was wearing his initial on a chain around her thigh. And she walked out to high school when she presented Beyonce with the award. It all felt like an homage to
Thinking of her
Travis.
man.
I think they're already engaged.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they already are.
But the final goss is about will they or won't they get engaged? We don't know the answer, but our instinct is no, they will not. He will not propose at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they won't get engaged at the Super Bowl, but potentially in the off season.
Mm-hmm. Off season's a great time.
Down
for
in Cancun.
following it. Was it Drake?
Following
May?
their loss to
Or
the Eagles.
who proposed in
Drake May, yeah.
following. They'll lose. They'll go
Cancun.
bond. Face that adversity that they need to grow stronger as a couple. Get engaged, and that's
The
great.
rest is history. Well, that's it for this episode of the Tea Huddle.
Thank you for being with us for the second annual Teacup Awards.
What a fabulous ceremony.
I hope everyone is gearing up for their Super Bowl parties.
And if you're over 30, make sure to take Monday off.
we can't party like we used to. And while you're in bed nursing your Super Bowl hangover, find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube at The Tea Huddle. And we'll be back next week with all the Super Bowl tea.
And until then, stay juicy.